An interesting,
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
strange shaped
It is.
building.
And you see that piece of public art, the big chain right
Yeah.
there, that's never bust. They tore down a historic building there, and a local public artist named Blue Sky determined that you need to make a statement that we didn't need to tear down historic buildings and build never bust as a to honor our historic structures. But this is probably the most interesting thing. You guys have told me what you think about the hub. Former power company building, 452,000 square feet, lay empty. We got some developers coming to do high-end student housing, and it's now got 880 students living there.
Partnering with USC.
Not a partnership actually. So it's privately owned on the tax rolls. The USC students, and it's given us a great physical connection to the campus. Students walking. These two buildings were the first two skyscrapers in downtown Columbia, and now housing and commercial development. A hotel is running the light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that the mayor of Columbia is behind him.
Yeah.
For those who are just tuning in, we are in Columbia, South Carolina, with Mayor Benjamin, who is guiding us on our way to University of South Carolina, where we're going to have an event that starts in about roughly 10 minutes. It's 10 to noon, and the mayor has shown extraordinary hospitality to this crew from El Paso, Texas. He just took us to Drake's for some wonderful chicken and waffles, and now is leading us to the university as he kind of describes some of what's going on in the community. Should I go straight?
Yeah, straight ahead.
Okay.
So as you can tell, as the crow flies, 5 blocks from City Hall is the state capitol. You know, Columbia is a really amazing place. State capitol, large Carnegie Research One University, 2 historically black colleges, the Army's largest training base in the world, Fort Jackson. We train the preponderance of the men and the majority of the women in the Army train here at Fort Jackson. So it's allowed us to make a left turn here. So it's given us a real opportunity for folks to realize that we are not only a historic city in the American South, first planned city in America. Our birthday is today, but as a matter of fact, March 22nd.
Really? Happy birthday.
1786.
Yeah.
Wow. No, we don't look our age. But because of those different contributing characteristics, we have citizens from every one of the 194 sovereign nations in the world. We speak 90 different languages.
Wow.
Of course, many religions, so it's this wonderful, diverse place. You go straight ahead 2 blocks. The corner we just passed is where, of course, the Confederate battle flag stood for about a decade after flying a sovereign position in the state capitol. And one of the reasons that we're actually able to host March Madness here this week is because the flag came down. Of course, regrettably in the wake of the Charleston 9 massacre, which served as a real opportunity for the state to come together. We're thankful for the opportunity. So we're gonna go about 3 blocks and make it right on the Pickens Street.
And so this is my first time in Columbia. It's beautiful, and we were just able to walk together through downtown Columbia, and you would know that from looking at it, but many of the beautiful buildings we see have just recently been restored through a federally funded community development block grant program that allows, if the owner of that building puts up a percentage, then we'll match that percentage both from the federal and city government level.
Exactly.
It looks really successful.
It shows the importance of the latitude given the mayors and local officials with community development block grant funding. So important. Regrettably, once again, the president's proposed eliminating funding.
Right.
Congress responded the last year and restored the funding. Actually increased it a little bit. We don't get a large allocation, but we use just $428,000 to incentivize about $6 million of private sector funding to restore the beauty and authenticity of those historic buildings. It makes a difference.
You are the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. What are you hearing from your fellow mayors right now about some of the challenges that they face in maintaining the vitality of their communities? I'm assuming many of your colleagues are mayors of cities bigger than yours and smaller than yours. So do you see anything that's common amongst them?
Every city is growing so rapidly. We're watching this incredible phenomenon across the world. We're seeing now 85.5% of all citizens live in cities and metro areas. 92% of GDP created in the city and metro areas. So the corresponding need for investments in infrastructure are real. We still do the vast majority of infrastructure, state and local governments, by 80%. but there's a $4 trillion infrastructure deficit across America. Roads, bridges, water, sewer, schools, airports. So need to invest in more infrastructure. And then obviously recognizing the innovations driving the day, policymaking trying to keep up with technological advances and how we prepare our citizens for the future work, automation, artificial intelligence, and the privacy issues that come along with that. How are we leading in that regard? So it's infrastructure, innovation, and then obviously the importance of inclusion. How do we make sure we're all rising together? And making sure people understand that inclusion means everyone. It means families in Appalachia and the inner city and in rural America, that we've all got to rise together. And so we've been building our platform around those three I's. And it's a 2-year bipartisan strategy, actually, that we've been working with one of my Republican colleagues to do so.
And you are elected to a nonpartisan position, so you're not there to serve Democrats or Republicans. You're serving everybody in your community, and you're working with mayors from, I would assume, very conservative communities, very progressive communities. But it sounds like some of these things that you said, $4 trillion in outstanding infrastructure needs. Some of the challenges may be unique to growing cities, like housing. How do you meet that challenge? And if you don't mind, you could maybe tell the story of that utility building that's recently been converted.
Absolutely. That was a 452,000 square foot power company building vacated a decade ago. We worked with some developers. We used our parking garages as leverage to restore it to student housing, private sector student housing.
Should we turn in here?
Yeah, we probably have to go around the corner.
Okay.
Go down the Blossom. Go down the Blossom. Yeah, down the Blossom.
Got it. So that was
so we wound up getting 880 young people on Main Street. I would tell you the greatest opportunity and challenge that every city has is making sure you have good, affordable housing, workforce housing, so that the people who work in cities can actually live in cities.
I love that.
It's a major challenge for everyone, and we've actually been able to pilot a couple of programs here that work well. Also using community development block grant dollars. We take a second position to a traditional bank loan. So we basically, someone is at 80% of the area median income up to 120%. And we basically say to the bank, if you loan them 80% of the loan, we'll loan them the other 20%. And we'll take a second position. People are able to walk into homes here, interest rate 3%, with all out of pockets $500, $150,000 home. Wonderful program. We currently have a portfolio of about $130 million of folks buying their first home, allowing them to live in the city. We've modified it, gave our cops a residency bonus. So give them a residency bonus. They move in the city. They're able to take advantage of the program and get a cop car in the parking in the driveway.
And it probably made you an employer of choice. You're more competitive
Absolutely.
with police officers who could choose to work and live in other communities.
Good benefits. We of course had a pay increase for our law enforcement officers. We believe strongly that our law enforcement officers are the public guardians, and we got to treat them with the dignity and respect they deserve. I had the opportunity under Governor Hodges to serve as director of our state's second largest law enforcement agency.
And you had a law enforcement career prior to that?
Just 3 years. I was a lawyer.
Okay.
I was a lawyer. So 3 years under Governor Hodges, I learned everything I possibly could, and he gave me a shot as a very young man. And it's my job just to try to make him proud, not embarrass him. I think
you're doing that. Yeah.
So you're gonna make a right turn in this light.
Okay, great.
The university's made a great investment in trying to promote walkability and bikeability, and to cut down on automobile traffic on campus. Just got caught in that. So right turn here and a right turn on the next corner. We'll be there. This is a
beautiful campus.
It's a gorgeous campus. And I'm not sure, at some point you get a chance to visit the Horseshoe, the kind of historic heart of campus. It goes back to 1801. Beautiful sylvan environment. It's a special place. It's given me really all the opportunities I've had in life. So emotionally bound to it as well.
Is Columbia, you mentioned cities challenged by growth, is Columbia continuing to grow year in, year out? Are you seeing folks coming in not just from other parts of South Carolina, but other parts of the country?
Just as you see across the Sun Belt. Yeah, very much so. And the university being a huge draw, Fort Jackson being a great draw for military retirees. And I fear that after this winter in the Midwest, we're going to see a whole lot of folks coming from places like Minnesota and others, but all across the state, from Greenville all the way down to the coast and to Charleston, you're seeing some significant population growth.
Yeah.
With the exception, and I'll always be brutally honest, the exception of about 60 days in the summer.
Yeah.
It's the best place in the world to be. 60 days in the summer, we're the hottest place on earth, and given Lifeguard tagline, we're famously hot. We are, indeed.
There are, so El Paso, my hometown, it's my home, it's where I was raised, it's one of the most beautiful places on the planet, but it in the summer, we're in the Chihuahuan Desert, can get up to 108, 110 degrees.
Okay. Well, you'll feel right at home here in the summer then.
Yes, just minus the humidity.
Right, yeah, well, we have the humidity, though.
Yes,
so
yes.
You step out the shower, you're sweating. Right there, right here.
Great. What do you want us to know about USC and the Gamecocks?
I'll tell you what, man. It's a fantastic university. First of all, USC is in South Carolina, so everyone who's listening to you, though,
in California.
we were USC before California was a state. Okay, right so we'll lay claim to it. Fantastic engine of innovation and talent. Wonderful talent pipeline here. #1 international business program in the country at the Dollar Moore School of Business. We passed the brand new law school that I attended as a student here. Just it's one of the primary reasons that this is a special place to live, work, and play. I attended undergrad and law school here, and I'm convinced if I hadn't come here, my life wouldn't be the life I'm leading right now. It's a great place that allows you to live up to your full potential. Go straight and follow that.
Great. This is a hill.
Yeah, this is a hill, and when we have the infrequent snow, a very interesting place to get on food trays and slide down. So, guys, should we park right over here?
We're following this car right here.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
spot.
Yeah. Gosh, I haven't been on this side in a while. This is, of course, the Russell House Student Union. Donald Russell served as a governor, United States Senator, and federal judge as well. And served as president of the university as well. So we found these guys. Yeah, this is named in his honor.
All right.
Kano, is there still time for people to come out and join us if they want to?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
so maybe if you want to say that, and then we shut down until we start.
Yeah, well, everyone is welcome to join us. We're here at USC in Columbia, South Carolina, at the Russell Building. Please come out, join us. Looking forward to meeting you. Yep.
There's not going to be any room in here.
Okay, gotcha. We'll look for another spot.
All right, we will check back in, right, in a little bit, Chris?
Sounds good.
Don't worry about it.
Come back in a little bit, right? All right, thank you.